Hello YouTube. So I'm back at it again with trying to make video games. And as you can see, I've been hard at work. Kind of. Today is my first day working on a new project I abandoned the previous. And I am basically making what is, well, there's no basically about it. I am making a Missile Command clone. Uh, I got fed up with the last one, so here I am, back at it again. And I made some sprites here. Don't know how well you can see that, but they're very simple and not really impressive at all. But it does what it's supposed to do. And I have some objects here. I have the controller, the Silos objects, Crosshair, and the city object. And basically I just started working on how I look and organize at projects. So I've got some note cards here that just say what all I have to work on with today. And today, uh, I was working on the Crosshair cities and the silos. Uh, and then tomorrow, assuming I get around to it, I'll be working on actually firing the missiles. So, right now, this is what I got. I hope you can see this. You can. Okay, cool. So right now, I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. I probably should have checked that. But right now I got the crosshair, which can be controlled by the arrow keys. And if I go ahead and press, my finger missed the key. So if I go ahead and press that, I can actually control with my mouse. In later, once I get around to actually programming the menus, uh, you will, this won't be a thing you can do. This is just for my convenience. But you'll be able to change it in the menus, just not while you're in the game here. But, so right now, not really much happens. This up here just tells me if I'm using arrow keys or mouse. 0 for mouse, 1, 1 for mouse, 0 for arrow keys. And then down here, this would keep track of the ammunition. Now, in Missile Command, the arcade, the missiles are displayed actually on the silos, but in this case, they're just going to be it's going to be like a little Mega Man type bar. We've got like a whole bunch of like light blips, and you would have 3 of them, and they'd each be under the silo, and you'd get a general idea of where everything is. And this right here, once I program the lose condition, but first I have to program the enemy missiles. Anyways, this is basically the cities. Now, normally, what would happen is that the cities would be destroyed, and you would get like the big game over screen, and you get taken back to the main menu, or you would enter your high score, depending on if you were even able to enter it in the first place. Uh, but right now, it does nothing. But I can click on them to destroy them, and as you can see, the number goes down. So that's a nice little placeholder. And now they're all gone. Uh, So right now, this what would you'd normally be able to do? As you can see, there's A, S, and D written on the silos, and what's going to happen in later versions, if that you were using keyboard controls, you could press the A, S, or D key and fire off missiles, and they would go off into the direction where uh, the crosshair last was when you press the key. So if I have it right here, say, and then I press the S key, the missile would fire off in the direction of the crosshair, and it would go towards that direction. But if I moved it, it wouldn't change it wouldn't change its course. uh, but there are no missiles. I'm pressing the A key. Uh, Later on, these numbers would go down. Uh, what else? Oh yeah, when you're using keyboard and mouse controls, you would just use not and mouse, just mouse controls. You would just use left click to determine where it was that you actually wanted to uh, left click to. You would just use left click to fire a missile. Uh, but I'm trying to figure out a system uh, to determine where, which. Oh, get off, get down, cat. Sorry, that was my cat. Oh yeah, so to determine where the missile is actually coming from. So if it was closer to the A, then it would fire from A, but if it was closer to S, it would fire from S. But I would also have to figure out if, say, there's no ammo in S and you're closer to S, then you would actually want to fire from wherever it was closest to. So if you had like I don't know, like if you had it like on S, so if S was out of ammo and it was closer to the A, then it would fire from A. I hope that makes sense and I'm not just babbling because I am terrible at this vlogging stuff. But I'm documenting for my own accountability's sake. For heck. So that's pretty much all I've got going. To reiterate, in summation, it actually might help if I looked at my note cards while I was speaking. Let me go ahead and do something cool here. Because I can do that. I'm cool. I think my mom says I'm cool anyways. Oop, that's big. It's a good thing I'm not doing this for anyone else's entertainment. This would be a real snores fest. There you go. Here you go, just stay right there. So, oh, that was loud, I'm sorry. I was scratching my nose and I just saw the thingy go up. To reiterate, Crosshair. Move with the arrow keys. And you can also move with the mouse. Silos. They contain 10 missiles each. And once the actual, I get to programming that function, you'll actually be able to fire off missiles. And once you're at 0, you can't fire off any more missiles. And cities. They don't do anything as far as controlling the state of the game, but they do interact with the master controller right now by keeping track of how many cities remain. So if I'm, say I use, do this one. I don't like this city. Goodbye. That's Detroit. I'm sorry if any Detroitians are here watching this. Yeah, so, yeah, as you can see, it's gone now. Goodbye. And tomorrow, or at least the next time I work on this, this is a hobby, so I would like to get this phase done within a week, but that is being idealistic. So tomorrow, I'm actually going to work on programming missiles for the player to fire. And then I will also work on something for them to shoot at that same day. An airplane, UFO, if you've never played Missile Command, there's like a... Get out of my life. A little UFO that flies across the screen, and I think that's... you can shoot it, and it explodes, and you get a point, 1 point, no more than that. Daily allotted amount of points. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think that's simple. Something simple and easy I can do, because the other enemy in the game that you have to worry about are actual enemy missiles that you have to shoot down because they want to destroy your city, and they are bad and communist, I guess. I don't know. When was this made? The 80s? Anyways, you want to do that, shoot them down. But those are a little hard because I have to program more stuff, because the UFO, it just goes from left to right. Well, it actually just flies across the screen and then disappears. And as far as the missiles go, I'll need to be able to have it fire from the silo with a keyboard press, and I want to make sure that it's the right silo, not just any silo. And then it needs to... I'll need to work on the mouse. This part I think is going to be the hardest, because I need to determine a system for determining where the crosshair is closest to, and if that silo can even fire. If it can't, then it would go... Oops, sorry, that was loud. If it can't, then it would go to the next one. And then once it actually reaches the destination of the crosshair, it would create an explosion which could destroy our little airplane. So hopefully tomorrow, that is what you will see. But as far as that goes, we will see. I have like 5 days of programming planned, and I'm hoping it all goes well, but we'll see.